Everyone, welcome back to Heartland Mamas. I'm Murri.
And I'm Heidi Henry coming to you from two socially distant studios at the edge of the Great Red Divide. You can find us every Tuesday and Thursday here on the live stream and all of our previous episodes at heartlandmamas.com, every podcast platform, and anywhere where you enjoy listening to our cheery voices. Proudly part of the Demcast USA network. Every the Heartland Mamas are here to bring the voices of democracy, the Democratic Party, and progressivism across the country. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And Murri,
Today we have a super special show, Heidi. Today, everyone listening, if you're on live right now, I want you to look under your chair, your couch, your bed, pull it out, pull it out. Everybody gets a pardon.
you get a pardon.
You
and
get a
you
pardon.
get a pardon. And you
get a
pardon.
pardon.
And you over there, you get a pardon too. It's your get out of jail free card.
Everybody gets a pardon. Seriously, there's a ridiculousness going on right now with the number of pardons. About right before we started our pre-show, he pardoned another 15 people. I'm sure they were all,
criminals.
the very best.
Yeah, all legit
Mm-hmm.
criminals. We're not talking about human rights violations. We're talking about people who honored their loyalty oath to Trump, and now they got their get out of jail free card. It's a disgrace.
And the best part of it is by pardoning everyone around him, they can't continue to investigate them nor him.
Murri,
So it's a nice little insulator for him. Although Jared Kushner's dad getting pardoned, I mean, come on.
how many kids in America could have one grandpa pardon another grandpa? I mean, only in Trump's America can one grandpa
Right,
pardon another
right.
grandpa. I just
Our family is goofy, so we like to make up songs and do funny things, and especially about politics. And
mhm.
we came up with the 12 pardons of Christmas.
Yeah.
But after the second day, the list was just way too long. It would have taken us like a 2-hour show to sing that song. I mean, it's insane to me that we are there. But those folks get a really great Christmas present.
Heinous criminals. Every one of
Thanks.
them. Heinous.
And the best part
Horrible.
is he's even pardoning people who haven't been convicted yet. Like I'm betting Maxwell gets one. I'm betting she gets one.
Yeah, he wants to. You know what? And I'm betting they're negotiating about her doing an NDA that she can't talk about Epstein or him. She would be able to talk about Clinton, but nobody else. I'm sure they're working on the verbiage for that, so she can't talk about it afterwards, or she doesn't get a pardon or whatever. Because with Trump, everything comes with a price tag. Everything. Your loyalty will be repaid with a pardon, but first sign this NDA because you can't talk about him. And notice that he didn't pardon everybody. He didn't pardon Michael Cohen, at all, right?
Michael Cohen came out and talked against him and
Right.
swung against him. I mean, he tried to have Michael Cohen throw him back in jail.
Yes.
So, I don't think Michael Cohen, if you're listening, I don't think you're going to be getting a pardon in your stocking. The rest of America might. Santa might come down the chimney and bring pardons for everybody for things you haven't even done yet.
Yeah.
But speaking of Christmas, I think that this year has been absolutely insane. And we know that we have, and it makes it even harder when you don't have that much to look forward to because you're social distancing, you're being responsible, you're doing what you're supposed to do, right?
Right.
And so a lot of people put time and thought into gifts and ordered them well in advance. And we are stuck in a situation where nobody really knows where those gifts are.
That would be me.
And Christmas isn't about gifts. Christmas is not about gifts. But it is about giving.
Yeah.
And a lot of people confuse giving with gifts. But that's how people choose to give, right? And so for those folks who are waiting and they had something really special for someone.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does. Because I'm missing some very special things that I had ordered for my son. Now my daughter's stuff all arrived. My husband's stuff is all here. But the things that I ordered for my son, who's the most difficult to buy for, no sign of them. And there's one thing that's been stuck in Portland for about 4 weeks now. So
Portland. Where did
Portland,
it come from?
Milwaukee. So, which is just I could have driven up there and
Makes
picked it
total
up.
sense.
Yeah. So that was his.
Yeah.
Yeah, his birthday was on the 22nd, so I had to go to the Evil Empire, which is what I call Walmart, at the very last minute and get him something else, which he loves, but um, not not what I had planned, not the special, heartfelt gift that I had ordered for him. Eh, but there's 12 days of Christmas, Murray, and by January 6th, I might be ready for Christmas, just in time to pack it all up, because every year, and you all out there probably do the same thing. I have these ridiculous traditions that I started that I could end, that stresses the crap out of me. And I do this every year. I have nothing wrapped and probably about 40 gifts to wrap. Nothing. And it's what, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock? I
I
don't know.
got to tell you, Heidi,
Yeah.
same here.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the same thing here. Like I have presents, but this year I did everything well in advance. I had ordered
Yeah.
things, I had thought things out. It was done by like the beginning of December,
Mm-hmm.
and that was great. And I had mostly everything wrapped
Yeah.
up to today, which I have never done.
I,
So I want to say the virus has been delightful for me because I'm not running to a thousand Christmas things and to with the kids
yeah.
I was able to do all this. But you're right. There are some traditions. Ever since I was young, we would go see the high school chorus for Christmas, and I was always in Christmas pageants, and then I joined choir. And so even when we didn't have kids, we'd find a local high school and go listen, or college, to their Christmas
Wow.
concert. And
Yeah.
my kids are all in music, and that's something that we don't get this year, which is
Well,
sad. I mean, I
well,
appreciate not having to run to three different schools for three different things. It is a little sad.
every year, we go see one version or another of the Nutcracker list. Last year we were in Chicago. We went to the Russian Tea Room and had lunch that day, and then went to go see the Joffrey for Christmas. And we always do a sing along Messiah. A lot of people don't know this, little FYI, but I was studying to be an opera singer when I was in high school and college, and then never could conquer my stage right to be able to go and sing at
Wait,
that
wait,
level.
stop just for a second. I
What?
can't believe that you had stage fright.
You know, I was a different person in high school. You don't I don't think I found my voice until of as a person until I was in my 40s. So that's this evolutionary process that all people go through. I was in a rock band too in high school, and that was hell for me. To have to. I love the music, I love the practices, but getting up in front of people, that fear of failure is just enormous. And over the years, I've gotten over that. It's like, yeah, you try, you fail. Sometimes you try super hard. Like when you and I both ran for office, we tried really, 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 really hard, and we still failed. But you don't see it as a failure. You're like, I came up a little short. It doesn't stop me from trying something else outrageous in the future, right? You can't, at a certain point in your life, you're like, damn, the torpedo is full steam ahead. And I wish I'd had that attitude then. But yeah, but I love to do the sing along Messiah, and we love to go caroling in the park and caroling on horseback, and all the things that we didn't get to do this year. It doesn't mean that, and I have to tell you, with Christmas gifts, Murray, before, when the kids were young, I used to wrap everything and put it under the tree, and I had a color coded Christmas wrap book. So Rebecca's were in blue, and Christian's were in red, and Stan's were in green, but they wouldn't know who they were for until they opened them Christmas Day. And that worked out really
But
well.
that's cool.
Yeah, but I've got two very young dogs
Idea.
right now, and they would obliterate everything. But I should have done that anyway. And some of the stuff I shopped throughout the year, so I could have done this. just I'm
Potato.
so so stinking busy on my
So,
farm right now. I'm just so busy.
you know.
My husband's handicapped. I don't have help like I used to have help. So everything is.
So, what are you doing differently this year? I know you mentioned that you're not going to participate in some of the things that you've always done. Have you made any new tradition, or what's going to be different this year for you?
Well, we're doing Zoom Christmas Eve Mass tonight. I know you don't do church, but to me, it's not Saturnalia, it is the Jesus' birth. And so we're doing Zoom Christmas Eve service with carols and everything. And I'm looking forward to it. We've done a lot of Zoom church this year, and it's a whole other community. It's the same people, but I feel like we've grown and developed more people in our community because there's a lot of people that are shut-ins, or it just doesn't work for them to get to a church building. So I really like that idea of the Zoom church. It's a big deal for us, and that's one tradition I'm really looking forward to. I think that the future of churches, traditional denominations like mine, are going to be largely online. We don't feel that evangelical got to get in a building, pass the collection plate sort of thing. Um, so, as an Episcopalian, that's not really part of what we do. I do miss communion, the sharing of the cup of Christ. I miss that greatly. But it doesn't make me less of a Christian or less connected to God. And there's traditions at our church we're not doing. We're not, parading around with the baby Jesus to put him in the creche and singing Silent Night by candlelight. There's things that will be different this year, and I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm okay with trying new things. So, and here's the thing. I've told you when I've got, we do Zoom church, I've gotten up to make Pop-Tarts. I've gotten up, you just click so it's just your picture.
Yeah, you have. You totally
I've
have.
gotten,
You've said that.
yeah,
Yes.
I've gotten up. So tonight I could be like refilling my glass of, this is not wine right now, this is an energy drink, but I could be refilling my wine while I'm watching church. Hang on, guys, I'm going to click us out, so I can still hear them, I can still participate, but I could be, peeling potatoes for tomorrow. I kind of like that idea because I'm always so busy. It's like I can do two things at once, multitasking, church and something else. So yeah, I've Pop-Tarts. It was the thing with the Pop-Tarts though, is I forgot to click myself out of the screen, and I just got up and walked out and came back and was eating Pop-Tarts, and everybody could see. But it was great. So I was hungry.
Don't blame you.
Yeah.
So, when we talk about traditions, our family, every family has their traditions. And like you said, that we start them unexpectedly, like that damn Alf,
Oh
that
God.
damn Alf
I'm
on the
so
shelf, who
glad.
I never should have started, and I did. But there are some we do. We go around and look at the Christmas lights all around the neighborhoods near us. We every year I tell the story of the night before Christmas. And this was a really bad tradition for someone who had three small ADHD boys and someone with ADHD themselves. Seriously, this was not the best thing to have to find a book that you use once a year in a house like that. So it would be very frequently that I would lose the book, and they were young, so I would kind of wing it. And that's became a tradition that every year I read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," but it is never the version that you have ever heard. So this year, in in honor of all of our amazing listeners and viewers and friends, I decided to do a "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" 2020 edition just for the mamas. This is not the story that will be told to my kids tonight, wrapped in bed. Even my 17-year, we all get in the bed and listen to the story.
Aw.
So this will not be. Are you ready for the story, my
Oh
Heidi?
yeah. Yeah.
Guys, Heidi has not heard this story yet.
Nope. I'll be
She
surprised.
has not.
I didn't want to. I wanted to be surprised. I like to have.
Night before Christmas. See, I think that's what kindergarten teachers do. Like they show the picture, they read it
Yeah.
and show the picture, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I like that idea.
'Twas the night before Christmas, 2020 the year. Everyone is exhausted, most lacking cheer. Many tried to numb the most awful of years. The stockings were strewn all over the house, since there would be no guests, not even a mouse. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, because mom and dad drugged them, while visions of sugar plums danced in their head. Go for the extra strength NyQuil, always a winner. Mama in the same clothes she'd worn for 6 days, and I, in more of a bit of a haze, had just settled down counting the days until January 21st, 2020. When up from above came a clipping and clopping. The PTSD from this year made me think that murder hornets were dropping. Way to the window I flew like a flash, hollered to wifey, hide the stash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 uncooperative deers. For the deers, guys. Double entendre, second meaning. I guess, most of our listeners wouldn't be able to see that. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I thought for a moment it must be St. Nick, but it totally could have been an alien riding on a comet, driving the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, because it's been that kind of year, right? So I wasn't exactly sure it was going to be. Rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and he shouted and he called them by name. Now Mitch! Now Johnson, now Ernst and Rand. On Collins, on Murkowski, take a damn stand. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now fade away, fade away, fade away all. As the economy falls as fast as the snow, and like Rona spores that before a wild hurricane blow. So up to the house, the harbinger of horror, they flew, with a sleigh full of gifts and a guy in a blue suit too. Then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the caterwauling and pawing of each little hoof. I turned my head and was turning around. Down the chimney, a blue-suited man came and bound, dressed in a silky slim suit from his head to his foot, surprisingly not tarnished by any ashes or soot. Large red sack hung over his back, and he looked like a COVID blood-stealing monkey just opening his pack. Wait, yeah, I know, okay. Had some NyQuil too. Or maybe it was weed. Thanks, Illinois, for making it legal! His eyes, how they smized, his mask so merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. There was some suspicion he might have been nipping the whiskey, but, we have no proof of that. His droll little mouth was drawn up in a bow. He didn't have any beard on his chin, which was quite odd, though. He was fit and active, a right jolly old fella. My heart filled with joy, and my eyes began to well up. They began to well up. It's hard to rhyme fella with wella. With a wink of his eye and a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He sent not a tweet, but went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings with peace, love, PPE, stimulus, integrity, UBI, then turned with a jerk, a finger aside his nose, gave me a wink, Up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle. They flew like the down of a thistle. Heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "I'm bitches, Biden! I'll fix this, god darn it! We'll make things all right. That Orrin bastard will be gone soon. As a nation, I promise to heal and move on. Merry Christmas to all. Sleep in peace, my friends. Only 28 days until this nightmare ends." It's my mama's Christmas story.
Love it. I love it. Oh, Murri.
It does get that raunchy when I do it for my kids. I think one year Santa came in and had a bazooka and went nuts. I don't know. It's a little weird. But we're a weird family. You know, as you remember, we did pandemic Easter where the Easter bunny brought one bag and everyone had to fight for it. You know,
it's kind of like the relief bill. One omnibus bill, and we all got to fight for it. And that brings me to this, Murri, on Tuesday, because between now...
I can't even.
Yeah. Between now and Tuesday, our next live show, I'm sure, besides Trump spending more of our money playing golf, we're going to find out Pelosi is sending over to the Senate a bill, just a one-line item bill, saying that they're going to give us $2,000 in stimulus money per person instead of 6. So that's going over as one clean bill. Right now we have no defense budget bill signed. It's been vetoed. The Relief Act has been vetoed. And Trump is playing
vetoed.
Golf. Yeah. And unemployment is running out in just days.
At least if he's playing golf, he's not screwing more shit up. Okay?
Yeah.
Like when he's on the golf course, it's a few hours of respite because he doesn't sleep. So in the middle of the night, he screws shit up. Yeah. During the day, he's plotting. The problem with Mar-a-Lago is that there are all of these Trump sycophants. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Exactly. That are going to be spreading some pretty stupid and crazy ideas.
And COVID-19, don't forget. There'll be this huge dinner tonight and tomorrow to celebrate the holiday season, and none of them will be masked because they've either had it and had the therapeutic to get over it, or they've been vaccinated, so they'll just be partying like it's 1999 and screw the rest of us. So and I'm sure that that's where all that vaccine that didn't go across the country went. It went to vaccinate everybody that's going to be at Mar-a-Lago in the next few days. Positive about that. But
speaking of vaccinations, I'm pretty sure that Santa is going to put a giant lump of coal in Matt Gaetz' stocking because the guy who does not believe in the virus, who made fun of it on the House floor, cuts in front of frontline workers. Yep. And I get it. And he doesn't cut. It's this double-edged sword. You want leaders to set an example so that their people in their districts believe in it.
Is Matt Gaetz a leader? Of what?
No.
What is he the leader of? Because, him and
nothing.
Joni Ernst getting to the front of the line to get vaccinated, and Lindsey fainting couch Graham, Lindsey Graham getting at the front of the line. But Matt Gaetz went in. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when he wore a gas mask and was a complete ass wipe as far as the Cures Act goes? He's a despicable...
I wonder if Nestor will get a vaccine.
Nestor. I bet he's getting something special for Christmas.
Nestor, the son that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I bet he's getting a package. It's probably a small one. Did I say that out loud?
Yes, and it was great. There are so many things.
Not a roll, folks.
Yeah. We're going to unpack on Tuesday. We're going to talk about, because between now and Tuesday, so much is going to happen with this relief bill. Because Trump loves chaos, and he's stirring chaos like a hurricane right now from Florida. And he's going to spread it all over the country. And then tune in Thursday, because we have a very special New Year's Eve cocktail hour. And this will not have energy drink in it. It will have something. I'll bring some wine in or something or some beverage. So join us for an early cocktail hour on New Year's Eve, and we're gonna
Get your
recap.
cocktails ready.
We're gonna recap all the wild and crazy shit that has happened in 2020. The virus, global pandemic, just being a small part of it because, um,
We had blood stealing COVID monkeys. For those of you who don't remember, UFOs are real.
yeah.
The bubonic plague was found in Mongolia. It was a hell of a year. So make sure you tune in because we are going to have a wrap up that will blow your
And
mind.
I've got a special T-shirt I'm wearing. You know me and my. I had a T-shirt come from
I
a.
love her in her t shirt.
Yeah. Wait till you see my new one that I'm going to wear in the new year. It's a design that I made for a new hashtag that we'll be promoting. And anyway, I'm so excited to get to Christmas, to go to Mass tonight online, to eat ham tonight and prime rib tomorrow. Two things that are stressing the crap out of me. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I am so sick of doing stuff that stresses me out as a holiday tradition.
And I have the opposite approach, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I've set the expectation ridiculously low in my family. So when you set the bar low, you got nothing to worry about. It's just
Yeah.
kind of a chill and relax sort of a
And see, I
thing.
can't wait till my
But
kids
guys,
get.
don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, I
Make
do.
sure you hug your loved ones if
Yeah.
they live in the same house as you. Hug them virtually if they don't.
Yeah.
Be sure to try to enjoy um, the next few days and the small respite we get before the orange blowhard comes back to DC.
Oh God, Murray, it's gonna happen soon. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 28 days, but hold on to your shorts. He's pardoning hardcore murdering criminals. And we're going to talk about
Yes,
why there
yes.
should never be a
But we
president
will
who's going to
wrap
pardon
that.
again.
We will definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
So, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for tuning in. We want to
Yeah.
say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Not to be exclusatory, Happy Diwali, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate.
Yeah.
Please know that the mamas love and appreciate you,
Yeah.
and that your viewership, your following means the world to us, and it means we're spreading the message that people need to hear. So, Merry Christmas from the bottom of our heart, and thank you so much for being listeners.
Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Heartland Mamas, MAMAS.com on all podcast platforms, YouTube, and proudly part of the Demcast USA network. We'll see ya next Tuesday, and boy, I'm sure it'll be a big news day. Take care now. Bye-bye.